Have you ever wondered what it takes to live a vibrant, healthy life well into your golden years? At 87, Emma Thompson is living proof that age is just a number. She drives her car, shops for herself, remembers every detail clearly, and hasn't been sick, not even a cold, in over 30 years. How does she do it? In this video, Emma shares the 5 simple habits that keep her lucid, active, and full of life. And they're so accessible, you'll wish you started them sooner. You need to watch this video until the end because Emma's story isn't about luck or genetics. Her parents died young, and her siblings rely on pills. It's about choices anyone can make, no matter your age or budget. These habits don't require expensive supplements, gym memberships, or perfect routines. From a morning ritual that resets your body's clock to an ancient practice backed by Harvard research, Emma reveals practical steps that transformed her health, energy, and even finances. You'll discover how small, daily actions can prevent the silent decline she's seen in others. People who faded not from age, but from bad habits. By the end, you'll learn a powerful brainwave ritual that could shift your entire perspective on life. Don't miss this chance to unlock Emma's secrets to thriving at any age. Watch now, and take the first step toward a stronger, clearer, more vibrant you. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. The first habit I adopted, and that transformed my health in a way no one imagined, was this. Every single morning, as soon as my eyes opened to greet the new day, I expose myself to the natural morning light. And no, it's not about getting a tan or trying to look good. It's something much deeper. It's a sacred connection to the start of the day, an acknowledgement that my body is awake, and it's time to embrace life fully. Before I even think about brewing a cup of coffee or checking my phone, I step outside, open the door wide, and find where the sun's rays are shining. There I stand, breathe deeply, and let the light wash over me, on my face, my eyes, my skin. It's only 10 minutes of my morning, but those 10 minutes have made all the difference in my health and energy levels. What many people don't realize is that natural morning light acts like a reset button for our bodies. It plays a crucial role in regulating our biological clock, what we call the circadian rhythm. This rhythm influences everything: our sleep cycles, hunger, energy levels, mood, focus, and even immunity. And the most beautiful part is that I feel the difference in my own body every day. It's as if the light offers my system a gentle, consistent nudge to get in sync with nature's rhythm. When I embrace this ritual, I feel like my body operates in harmony throughout the day. I feel more energized, grounded, and clear-headed. On the days I skip it, I notice a sluggish mind and energy that feels off, as if something vital has been left behind. I remember the first time I discovered this for myself, by pure accident, no less. I was traveling and staying in a place flooded with sunlight. The room had huge windows, and the sun poured in the moment I woke up. I found myself stepping outside for a walk before breakfast, letting the rays bathe me. And let me tell you, that day was pure magic. My energy was light and my mind was sharp. I thought to myself, there's something to this morning sun. From that moment, I began to make this a daily habit. The more I did it, the more I noticed how my body responded. My mood began to stabilize, my sleep deepened, and my appetite found balance. But perhaps the most profound shift was how much more present I felt, clear-headed, full of excitement, and ready to take on the world. And now, science backs up what I once only felt instinctively. Morning sunlight helps reduce cortisol, that stress hormone, and boosts serotonin, the feel-good hormone. It also primes your body's melatonin production for later, which is essential for deep, restful sleep. So, it's not just about the present moment. The morning light is hitting the stage for a peaceful night's sleep ahead. The beginning truly defines the end. What's heartbreaking is how many people miss out on this simple yet transformative habit. Too many stay locked inside, glued to their phones, surrounded by artificial blue light, and then wonder why they feel drained during the day and restless at night. It's heartbreaking because this habit is free. It requires no special equipment and no physical effort. All it takes is the willingness to open a window, step outside, and soak in the light. Even on cloudy days or during the winter months, the natural light is still there, waiting to enter our world. It's just a matter of letting it in. I've done this wearing a heavy coat, with the cold wind brushing my face, holding a cup of tea for warmth. The weather doesn't matter. What matters is telling your body, the day has started, and I'm ready for it to thrive. It's as simple as that. Some people ask me if this habit replaces exercise, or if it solves sleep problems or cures sadness. And I always give them the same answer. No, it doesn't replace anything, but it enhances everything. It's the anchor, the grounding force that sets everything else in motion. When you begin your day by telling your body, "We're in this together," everything else just seems to fall into place. For me, at 87 years old, this ritual has become priceless. It's the little things that keep me feeling connected, alive, and full of energy. So, if you find yourself waking up groggy, scrolling through your phone, or grumbling about the day ahead, try this simple yet powerful change. Before you do anything else, step into the light. Whether it's your balcony, your backyard, or even just a hallway where the sunlight spills in, let your body connect with the day. Take a deep breath and let it all in. The world may be chaotic, but that moment is yours. And I promise you, your body will thank you by the end of the day. The second habit I adopted, and never gave up, was starting my day with a cup of tea. It may sound simple, almost ordinary, but trust me, there's power in this ritual. The act of sipping a hot cup of tea in the early morning, before anything else, before the rush of coffee, before the flood of headlines in the news, and even before I speak a single word, is where my day begins, truly. That quiet moment is my true awakening. But let me be clear, it's not just about the tea itself. It's not merely the warmth of the liquid or the comfort it provides. It's about what that moment represents. It's my body's signal that the day has started, and it's a gentle start, a soft opening into what lies ahead. For so many years, I would wake up and race straight for that strong black coffee, the bitter, intense, urgent drink that seemed to shout at my system, forcing my body into action as though it could only function under pressure, under stress. But as time passed, I realized something wasn't right. That coffee, so seemingly essential, began making me anxious, restless, and jittery. It upset my stomach and left me feeling like I was running on fumes instead of fuel. That's when I had a transformative encounter with a monk at a lecture who spoke of the tea ritual. He shared how drinking tea first thing in the morning doesn't just warm the body from the inside, it prepares your organs, activates digestion, and sends a clear, peaceful message to your mind. Today isn't just another busy, chaotic day to survive. It's a new opportunity to live well, to be present, to take things slow. From that moment on, I committed to making tea a part of my morning. I've experimented with many kinds over the years. My favorite now is ginger with mint and a splash of lemon, a refreshing start. Sometimes, I add turmeric for its warmth, or chamomile with clove for its calming effect. But you know what? The exact recipe doesn't matter so much anymore. It's the ritual, the intentional act that has become sacred to me. I sit down quietly, wrap my hands around the warm cup, and breathe in the steam. I close my eyes for just a few seconds, take in the calming scent, and only then do I take my first sip. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Now, I know it may seem like a small thing, this daily tea ritual. But that quiet, simple moment shifts my entire internal state. And believe me, there's real science behind it. Tea helps to warm up the digestive system, improve circulation, helps the liver eliminate toxins that have built up overnight, and hydrates the body, which has been without water for hours. It also delivers powerful antioxidants, especially if you choose natural herbs. I began to notice the changes. My digestion became more regular, working like clockwork. My energy levels in the morning improved dramatically. That sluggish heaviness I used to feel as soon as I woke up disappeared. But beyond the physical benefits, this tea became something more. It's my emotional anchor for the day, a moment when I reconnect with myself. While the world around me wakes up in chaos, I start my day in stillness, in presence. And if you're wondering how to age gracefully, how to stay grounded amidst life's demands, this habit is pure gold. The way you begin your day shapes everything that follows. If you start the day in peace, with an awake body and an aligned mind, you'll find that everything else flows better. That's why, to this day, I never skip it. Even when I travel, even when I have visitors, or when I'm in a rush, tea always comes first. It's not out of fussiness or a rigid routine, but out of deep respect for my body. It's carried me through these 87 years, and it deserves this small, intentional gesture of care. If you've never tried it, I challenge you to give it a try for a week. Wake up, boil the water, choose a simple, natural herb, and make that moment your own. It doesn't have to be perfect, just intentional. Because, as I've learned, health isn't built from one-off, grand decisions. It's made up of these small, nurturing rituals that care for the body, calm the mind, and give meaning to our days. Tea may seem like such a simple thing, but the transformation it brings is immense. It's the quiet acts, the moments of stillness, that allow us to live fully, to truly be present in our own lives. The third habit I take seriously every day is exercising my brain as if it were a muscle, because it is. The brain is not some abstract, indestructible force. It's just like the rest of our body. If we don't use it, it weakens. This might sound dramatic, but it's the undeniable truth. The harsh reality I see too often is that people lose their independence, not because their bodies failed them, but because their minds slowly, insidiously began to shut down. It's the small, subtle signs at first, the forgetfulness that seems so innocent, the difficulty in staying organized, the confusion with names, dates, and places. And before they know it, they find themselves unable to make simple decisions without relying on others. What frightens me the most about this is how often it could have been prevented. It's heartbreaking to see, because I know that a lot of this could have been avoided with just a bit more care, a bit more awareness, and a bit more mental exercise. And here's the good news. The fact that you're sitting here right now, taking the time to listen to me, is already a form of mental training. It may seem insignificant at first glance, but I promise you, it's huge. Just by being present and listening attentively, you are absorbing new information, connecting the dots, reflecting, and activating those precious areas of your brain that govern memory, focus, and even mood. That's right, this right here is exercise for your mind. We often think of mental exercise as something complicated, but it can be as simple as taking the time to engage, learn, and to think. And it's not just about solving crossword puzzles or playing chess, though those certainly help. It's about challenging yourself to break free from your mental routine, stepping out of the familiar, and doing something that forces your mind to stretch. It's as simple as trying a new recipe in the kitchen, diving into a topic you've never cared about, or tackling a problem on your own without asking for help. That's what challenges the brain, and let me tell you, your brain thrives on that. When you give your brain a challenge, it responds. It reorganizes itself. It builds new pathways, rewiring itself in ways that enhance mental clarity and cognition. This is vital, especially for anyone, like me, who wants to age with a sharp mind. I'll be honest, at 71, I started to notice a decline in my memory. The realization was a shock to me. Some words just disappeared from my mind, dates became a blur, and I knew that if I didn't start taking action, I'd soon be relying on others. That wasn't an option for me. I didn't want to lose my mental independence. So, I decided to invest in my mind. Reading more, writing more, taking on little daily challenges that pushed me to stay sharp. The results were incredible. It felt like clearing the dust off a forgotten shelf. My mind started to clear up, and I could feel the fog lifting. Today, I don't even think twice about it. Keeping my mind engaged has become second nature to me. I mix it up to keep it fresh. Some days I read, other days I write, and sometimes I just reflect on old memories in vivid detail. I love organizing my thoughts, remembering stories, and even making mental lists instead of jotting them down. This simple practice keeps me sharp, alert, and most importantly, feeling alive inside. And you know what? The best part is that it gives me the confidence to keep making my own decisions, no matter how old I get. At 87, I'm still capable of navigating my life with a clear mind, and I'm determined to keep it that way. Unlike the body, the brain has something truly unique. It can keep growing, evolving, and adapting no matter how old we get. But to do that, it needs nourishment. Not just in the form of food, but in the form of constant mental stimulation. Without it, the brain simply shuts down. I'm not willing to let that happen. I don't just want to live a long life. I want to live a life filled with mental clarity, to remember everything, especially the little moments with my grandkids. And that takes effort. Effort that's so worth it. If you've noticed your mind slowing down, don't panic. Start small. Read a paragraph a day, learn a new word, or challenge yourself to do simple math without a calculator. These little exercises are like weights for your brain. At first, it's hard, but trust me, over time, you'll feel it. And when that happens, you'll realize it's been worth every second of effort. That shift in how you think will change everything. The fourth habit that completely changed how I age was movement. At first, the idea of moving every single day might seem like an obvious one, but it's surprisingly not. As we grow older, the message we hear most often is, take it easy, don't overdo it, better to rest, don't push too hard. And somehow, without even realizing it, we start to accept this notion that our aging bodies aren't meant for movement anymore, that if something hurts, it's a signal to stop. We convince ourselves that if we're tired, it's just because we're getting older. But let me tell you, that mindset is one of the most harmful things you can do to both your body and your soul. I fell into that trap for a while. I stopped moving, thinking that resting and staying still would preserve my body. But the truth is, I only grew stiffer, slower, and more uncomfortable. I had pain in my back, my hips, and my shoulders, and soon I started to feel older than I was. What hit me the hardest, though, was the emotional toll. I became discouraged. I lost confidence. It was like my body was betraying me. I was sinking into this belief that my best days were behind me. But then, one day, something inside me said enough is enough. I decided to give a senior Pilates class a chance. It was just around the corner from my house. I went in only to watch, but as I sat there, I felt something stirring within me. By the end of the class, I had signed up, and that was the beginning of a beautiful journey I never thought I needed. At first, it wasn't easy. Tight muscles, stiff joints, and my balance was all over the place. But I didn't give up. I pushed through the discomfort, and over time, my body began to loosen up. I started to move with more ease, and with that came something I hadn't expected. Joy. Yoga became part of my routine too. Nothing intense, nothing beyond what my body could handle, but it did wonders for me. My breathing improved, my sleep deepened, and my mood was lifted. But the most surprising thing wasn't just the physical benefits. It was the friendships I formed along the way. In those classes, I met people who were my age, going through similar struggles. We laughed, We shared stories, we supported one another, and most importantly, we built a community that filled the spaces I didn't even realize were empty. The truth is, the body needs to move, yes, but our hearts need connection, too. Exercise gave me both. The physical strength to move through life and the emotional nourishment from being part of something greater than myself. Now, every single day, I make sure to move my body. Whether it's a light walk, some stretching in the living room, or a brief yoga session on the TV, what matters is that I never let myself sit idle. When you stop moving, your body begins to fade. But when you engage it, even just a little, it responds. It wakes up. It regenerates. More importantly, moving your body becomes a powerful statement. I'm still here, I'm still part of this beautiful journey called life, and I deserve to feel strong. And this isn't just about aging, this applies to anyone, at any stage of life. It doesn't matter if you're 60, 70, or 87. It's always the right time to reclaim movement, to bring purpose back to your days. Living without pain, with autonomy, flexibility, and vitality, that's not a luxury. It's a fundamental right. And believe me, it's within reach for anyone who dares to start anew. So, if you think you've missed your chance to exercise, I urge you to think again. The body doesn't require perfection. It simply asks for presence. Start small. Take a short walk, stretch in the morning, dance in your living room. And if you can, join a group. Because movement strengthens your body, and community renews your spirit. The fifth habit I incorporated into my routine, and without exaggeration, the most transformative of all, came from an unexpected source. It wasn't some trendy wellness tip, but instead an ancient practice that monks have used for centuries. It was a Buddhist ritual, one that modern scientists have only recently begun to explore and validate. This practice is called the brainwave ritual of abundance. It may sound like something straight out of a mystical movie, but once I started integrating it into my life, everything changed. It was no longer just a practice. It was a revelation, a gift passed down through generations, surviving the test of time because it truly works. At first, I was skeptical, but the more I practiced, the more I saw the evidence in my own life. It wasn't just about quieting my mind. It became a profound tool for my physical health, emotional balance, mental clarity, and even financial prosperity. I stumbled upon this ancient ritual while researching longevity and neuroscience. It was there, in a study I was reading, that I found the concept of brainwave frequencies, specifically how activating them early in the morning could transform your life. According to the research, certain frequencies could help relieve stress, improve emotional regulation, and even create pathways for greater focus and prosperity. This was what Buddhist monks had known for centuries, and now it was finally gaining scientific validation. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. So, how does it work? The ritual is simple. It's a combination of sound, breath, and intention, all wrapped up into just a few minutes of focused practice. Each morning, before the world could pull me into its distractions, I put on my headphones and listen to a specific frequency that puts my brain into a theta state. This frequency, combined with my thoughts and focus, creates a powerful synergy. During this time, I focus on 3 things: what I want to feel today, what I want to attract into my life, and what I need to let go of. And let me tell you, it's simple, yes, but the results are profound. In just a few days, my anxiety started to melt away. In a few weeks, I found myself making better, sharper decisions. Decisions that reflected the calm and clarity I was experiencing. And within months, the most surprising change occurred. My finances, which had always been stable, transformed. Opportunities that I hadn't anticipated began to flow into my life. Old clients returned, fresh ideas came to me effortlessly, and even my investments began to flourish. I know some might call this mystical or too out there, but the science backs it up. Prestigious universities like Columbia and Harvard have published research confirming that the brain, when activated by the right frequencies, alters how we perceive and respond to the world around us. I felt this firsthand. The change wasn't just in my mind, it was in my body too. My health improved, my blood pressure normalized, and I began sleeping more deeply. My emotions, once erratic, balanced out. I felt aligned in a way I hadn't known before. And here's the most beautiful part. I didn't have to change anything externally. I didn't work more, I didn't win the lottery, and I certainly didn't have to wait for the stars to align. What I did was simple. I committed myself every morning to sit in stillness, to focus, and to connect with my inner self. It became a sacred moment, one that, over time, transformed every aspect of my life. Now, when faced with a choice between coffee and this ritual, I always choose the ritual. Those 7 minutes of focused practice prepare my mind for whatever comes my way. And the best part? Anyone can do this. No special equipment, no particular belief system is required, just the intention to show up for yourself. You don't need any money, no special skills, just the willingness to try something new. And trust me, it could change your life in ways you can't even imagine. If I'm here at 87 years old, thriving with clarity, peace, autonomy, and abundance, I can assure you this ritual played a massive role in that. It's not just about finding health through quick fixes, it's about building something that lasts. Health isn't found in a single moment of panic or urgency. Comes through consistency and respect for your own body and mind. We often rush through life, thinking we need to make huge changes all at once. But the truth is, the most powerful changes come from the smallest, most intentional steps. Don't compare your journey to anyone else's. Everybody is different. Every mind has its rhythm. The key is to start with one thing. Just one. Maybe it's a morning tea, a short walk, or even just sitting in silence for 3 minutes. The point is, it's a ritual for you, a moment to say, I'm here and I care for you. And once that habit is in place, it starts to ripple outward, changing everything. It's tempting to think we need to overhaul our entire lives, but that's a surefire way to get frustrated. The body and mind can't handle overwhelm. They resist it. And that's when we feel like failures and quit before we even start. But when you begin small and do it consistently, that's when the real magic happens. That's when the habits stick. A cycle of well-being begins. Better sleep, more energy, healthier food choices, clearer thoughts, and before you know it, everything is shifting in the right direction. I didn't begin this journey by doing everything at once. I started with the way I woke up. Then I tweaked my diet. Years later, I found Pilates, and then, eventually, I discovered the brainwave ritual. Each step, small as it may have seemed, led me to the next. And that's how habits build upon each other. One thing leads to another, and slowly, without even realizing it, your life starts to change. But here's what matters. Don't rush it. Take your time. Look at your life and ask, what's one small thing I can improve today? That's it. Start there. And your body, mind, and life will begin to respond. If you're feeling overwhelmed by all the changes you think you should be making, take a breath. Pick one thing, just one, and do it well. Consistency is key. It's the first step in building a life that feels whole, peaceful, and joyful. And when you look back, whether it's a year from now or 2, you'll realize that it wasn't about doing everything at once. It was about starting. And that, my friend, is more than half the battle. So, if you've made it this far, congratulations. You're already on the path. You've shown up for yourself, and that is the first and most important step in living a life of meaning, peace, and abundance. Aging doesn't have to mean decline. It can mean growth, strength, and wisdom. And I'm here to tell you, this journey, no matter where you're starting, is worth it. I hope this video has inspired you to take that first step toward creating lasting change in your life, no matter where you're starting from. Whether it's the brainwave ritual, starting small, or simply finding moments to care for yourself, these habits have the power to transform not just your day, but your life. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned from this video that you're going to start practicing today? Drop your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. I believe that when we share, we grow together. If you liked this video and found it valuable, please leave a comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content that can help you live a longer, healthier, and more abundant life. Thank you for being part of this journey with me. Let's continue making small changes that lead to big results.